Brian Clement from the Hippocrates Health Institute says that today's fruit is picked unripe and has been hybridized to be much sweeter than it was in nature many years ago. He says that fruit sugar is still sugar and that healthy people should limit fruit consumption to no more than 15% of their diet by weight or around a piece a day. He says people fighting a health challenge should eliminate it completely until they're better. Do you agree with his recommendations?
Oh, absolutely. I see it every day. You know, as co-director with Brian Clement, my husband, we see it every day and what happens to people. And, you know, I was a big fruit eater. I got migraines from it. I got headaches because I thought, hey, it comes off a tree. Why can't I eat a ton of it? And I stopped eating all the fruit. I actually stayed out of it for 2 years, and that was the end of all the headaches and migraines. And, you know, and of course, headaches really comes from your gut. It's gastrointestinal. So you saw what you were doing with all that sugar from fruit. Because it's hybridized, it's about 30 times more sugar than it was 100 years ago. So, I mean, we don't like tart fruit anymore. I directed a clinic in Sweden, and that clinic, we had an apple orchard. And that apple orchard had so many amazing trees, but they were tart. They were not sweet like we have today. So everything you buy, you don't want oranges to be tart, you don't want apples, you don't want anything. You want them sweeter than sweet. So that's what happened. The industry is following what we want, more or less, or they're telling us what we want, either way. The egg or the chicken, it's either way. I think in many ways, they're telling us what we want.
Can too many cooked beans and whole grains raise our blood sugar and make us pre-diabetic or diabetic?
Yeah, if that's your main staple, then you will have a higher risk of diabetes. If that's the main staple, because that is a lot of sugar. You cook a grain, it will make sugar. You cook beans, that will make also sugar. So if that's your main staple, and yes, and we do have guests that has been the main staple with diabetes, and what a difference they see when they go on live food.
Does fruit contribute to type 2 diabetes?
Yeah, well, one of the sources. Of course, a lot of other things contribute to type 2 diabetes. It's a lifestyle problem. It is the high-stress lifestyle we have, not enough time to exercise, not enough time to eat well and eat meals, you know, and to have a break in the day where we actually eat. So we eat on the go. We eat, and usually if we eat on the go, we're just going to throw something in to satisfy. We live to eat, and we make such a fuss about the food. But I see correlation between stress and diabetes type 2 big time. The food, the non-foods, the high animal products. Animal products actually increases insulin resistance more than vegetables, more than fruit. So when you're eating your meat or your chicken and eggs and dairy and fish, you're thinking, you know, there's no sugar here. No, but that increases insulin resistance more. And another thing you need to realize is that insulin has a pathway right to your immune system, right to the brain. It's a big part of your whole immune system. So I don't want to deprive it. I don't want to let it go down the drain, like a lot of times pancreatic cancer or pancreatitis will happen because I haven't listened to my body.
Does it make a difference for health if you eat beef from organic grass-fed cows versus factory farm cows?
Great question. None. That's a BL. Big lie.
What do the major studies and health organizations around the world recommend regarding eating animal products, and do you agree with their statements?
Oh, absolutely. World Health Organization came out. It's not sustainable to continue with animal-based food. In Poland, there was a big climate change conference, and the message was, we got to stop. We have to stop. And they definitely recommended a plant-based diet. And of course, they didn't say you can never eat meat again. The climate change conference wouldn't say that, but they said it needs to be cut 90%. 90%, to me, that's 100. So it's coming. It's coming from all the ways. It's coming from animal care organizations. It's coming from climate change care organizations, and it's coming from World Health Organization. Everybody's seeing it, and it's not sustainable. It's just time to go ahead, because if we can't wait, we have very little time to wait now. This is, it's very urgent, and any scientist that's working with climate change will tell you it's worse than we can tell you.
Do people who eat plant-based diets have deficiencies such as protein, iron, iodine, B12, DHA, vitamin D, vanadium, chromium, or anything else that meat eaters don't have? How do you solve for each of these issues?
Oh, we have much more nourishment than a meat eater does. And the thing is, yes, we do have to take B12. It has to be from plant-based, soil-based bacteria. Vitamin D, I suggest a lot of people take vitamin D, because are we out in the sun enough? Do we actually get the vitamin D from the best source, which is the sun? Take it from a plant-based source. And when it comes to the protein, this is the highest protein diet in the world. And when it comes to nourishment, yeah, there are times, and especially because we do blood tests, that we can see that you're lacking of certain things, and we can add that to your supplement list. If you have organic grown vegetables, for sure it should be better with nourishment, but it depends on, everybody is absorbing it different too. So we take a lot of enzymes. We have digestive enzymes before we eat, and of course you have probiotic. Otherwise, vitamin D, B12, those I think I can tell anybody to take, because most of us work indoors. If you work outdoors, you might get enough. And it's not really, selenium is lacking, iodine is lacking in the soil, so it's something that I take every day just to bring in, for my thyroid, bring in the ultimate support for it.
What do you see as the importance of the Real Truth About Health conference?
So the importance of the Real Truth About Health conference is immense. It gives opportunities for people to see for free what the world is, what the scientists in the world that talk from their heart, that talk the truth, will be able to share. And I mean, where else would you get this? It's such an opportunity. And people come up here at the conference to me and they say, oh my gosh, everybody should be here. Everybody should be listening to this and enjoy that there is truth behind these words. This is not something people just come and give the latest fad. They are talking from their heart. They are real scientists. They have so many years behind them that they can, with conscience, tell you what they believe and what they've seen that is true. And so that this conference, Real Truth About Health conference, now this is the 6th year. So there's a lot, if this is brand new for you, there's a lot of catching up to do, and it's all there for you. Enjoy.